Nancy Pelosi trying to tell CNN President Trump was not acquitted by the Senate. Watch this.
What about, though, the fact that the president seems liberated? And this is about democratic politics, so I'm not asking you to criticize here. But he was acquitted, his poll ratings are high.
There was no acquittal. You can't have an acquittal unless you have a trial. And you can have a trial when you have witnesses and documents. So he can say he's acquitted, and the headlines can say acquitted. But he's impeached forever, branded with that, and not vindicated.
Well, she's so good we brought her back. It's Kelsey Bolar of Heritage Foundation. Kelsey, we don't hear 2020 Democrat candidates, though, at all talking about impeachment because the president was acquitted. Your take on this?
Right. The president was clearly acquitted. That's just a fact. And I think it's deeply dishonest for Nancy Pelosi to go out there trying to stretch the truth. She's done this on a number of issues lately. But on the campaign trails, Americans are rightly so interested in a policy debate like the one we just had over health care. And, you know, Nancy Pelosi is saying she wants her party to be united. Well, look at these debates that are unfolding among the Democrats over socialized Medicare for all, which would completely transform not just our healthcare system but our economy, and then so-called more moderate plans which might not be Medicare for all but certainly would take away many choices for Americans and increase their tax burdens no matter what.
So I want to be clear about your point. Nancy Pelosi also said, quote, "I cannot envision a situation where President Trump will get reelected." Is this your point, that Nancy Pelosi is a dwindling party of one keeping the focus on President Trump and her fight with Trump because Nancy Pelosi and the top Democrats don't want to talk about the Civil War and the splits in the party over policy? Is that the issue?
Absolutely. There's a complete identity crisis on the left right now. Are they the socialist Bernie Sanders party, or are they the moderate Democrats that may still appeal to many voters who are right now in today's day and age under the policies that we're hearing from the left are feeling very politically homeless. And right now it appears that the far left is winning, but we actually know Nancy Pelosi is smart enough to know that that is not going to lead to a path where they can defeat President Trump because the socialist agenda is far too polarizing for the majority of Americans.
Let's listen to Nancy Pelosi defending her decision to rip up the president's State of the Union speech. Watch this.
Let me say this. I had no intention of doing that when we went to the State of the Union. In fact, it was well into past the first third of it. Now, I'm a speed reader, so I was reading ahead. I knew I was there. And it got past like about a third of it, and I thought, this is terrible. And I made a niche in a couple pages thinking I ought to remember what's on this page, and then I realized that most every page had something in it that was objectionable. So it wasn't a planned thing.
No intention of ripping up a speed reader. Your reaction?
Every American who has access to the internet saw those videos going around showing her pre-ripping the pages on her speech. So again, she is. I'm being generous in saying she is stretching the truth in her claim that she did not plan that.
Kelsey Bolar, thank you so much. You're so good. We had you on for 2 blocks. Great to see you, Kelsey. Come back soon.
Thank you
you for having